And welcome, everyone. A little delay for our power thinking, rejuvenating your amazing mind training for Wednesday. It is January 29th, 2026. This is our 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time edition. I'm your moderator, Stanley Green. And this is one of those situations where we have had some need for resilience and some need for what we're focusing on today. So thank you for your patience as you waited for us on the various platforms. Uh, Typically, what happens is that we don't have a stream going on when I'm doing this session, and I found that we didn't think that it affected us, but it did indeed affect us. I stopped that stream that was going across three platforms, and we were able to get going here. So I thank you for your patience. And there, sometimes we have these kinds of things, and I have to utilize, the training that we are all experiencing in staying calm, trying different things, and doing what we're focusing on today, which is inner strength number 7, reaching out, uh, connecting with others. But another part of reaching out is taking action to face when faced with setbacks and challenges, so that when we're stressed, when there's a little anxiety, the anxiety was this fear of a future threat. The future threat is I would have nothing going across any of the platforms. A little bit of anger. Hey, this technology violated my right to have a smooth uh, broadcast, and a little sadness that hey, we may not have this thing going across the platforms. I have this technical issue. Drill down to the root cause as we took action. And part of taking that action is okay, let's do a root cause analysis. Why is this error message continuing to come up every time I press go live? And it said, there is a stream that must be stopped. Totally ignored that and kept drilling down. Wait a minute, I need to stop that stream, even though it's only streaming across a couple of platforms. It happened to be streaming across a couple of platforms that I expect to be streaming on with this live event. So I had to stop that stream altogether, forgetting about the fact that we never have something programmed from 7 p.m. that could interfere with what we're doing here. So we went through that process, stayed calm, took the action. Love to get your thoughts about taking action and the video with Jeff Bezos. Only a minute and a half, very succinct, but focus on reducing stress. That stress may not just come from, working hard, but it would come from, not having identified in your conscious mind what it may be bothering you, and not taking any action, just staying stuck. So love to get your thoughts about that. Love to get your thoughts about how you reacted to my processes. We're doing this in real time. It won't be the last time. And it won't be the last time I have some type of adversity, just like each and every one of us. We're going to have those times where we get a little stressed, where we feel a little overwhelmed, we feel stuck. And how do we do it? We destroy that frustration and that stress with action. Let's go to Carla Hill, who's up first. Carla, let us know where you're joining us from, and your thoughts about what we're focusing on today, taking action to reduce stress. Welcome, and thanks for your patience. There you
If I
are.
didn't know you, if I didn't know you well, then I would think that whole thing was set up for you to practically demonstrate resilience in real time. So, excellent textbook. Congratulations. That's really what it is.
Oh, thanks. And I'm more relaxed now.
You can exhale now.
Yes, it's amazing, isn't it? How things happen. This was an adversity. For the first time, not being able to broadcast live and continuing to get the same error message, and then having to do this. And so you've been on with where we've had other technology glitches, maybe with the phone lines and so forth, but just remaining cool and doing something, not giving up, not throwing in the towel. And these are the kinds of things that happen in life. So go right ahead, Carla. Thanks for your patience.
Yes, and what I've found over the years, I'm not a techie, but I've always worked with technologists, and just I respect the skills that they have. And most technology is set up to make our work easier. And I've realized after years of having relationships with technologists, it's usually Carla's error. It's
Yes.
something I didn't do. It's user error because technology will do what most of the time it will do what you tell it to do. But it's me that goes all over the place. So usually I just accept it that it's usually me. And watching I can't believe so many nuggets are in that minute and a half, but a couple of spiritual, not to be religious, but a couple of spiritual principles come up as I watched it yesterday. I watched it this morning, and the difference was what came up for me was the serenity prayer that most people probably have heard of, that's associated a lot with 12-step programs. And God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can. That's the big thing, the courage. Like, a lot of people say that first line, and then the wisdom to know the difference. And then another spiritual from the scriptures, faith without works is dead. It's like faith in action. We can have all the stuff inside, internal. Oh, I believe this, I believe that. But how is that demonstrated? Right? And I think in terms of my human resources experience, executive experience, is that when we do interviewing, we look for, it's called behavioral-based interviewing. I'm looking for evidence that you are doing what you say you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only way I know. I don't, so we can have faith, we can have beliefs, but if I don't have a way of demonstrating it, I don't know that it's true.
Mm.
So it's such a powerful tool, but that courage word that we were talking about, and sometimes I have to balance it with, in terms of taking action, being a good steward is that the best action, but then giving myself a deadline also, right? Because I could just keep thinking, and not take action. So it is, if it was easy, we wouldn't need this.
That's right.
It's definitely a tool in the toolbox. So again, thank you for this space. And the reason I participate every week that I'm here is because for me, talking it out, experiencing it, it puts it top of mind at least for that day.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And with the goal of becoming that resilience practitioner. So thank you for allowing me to share.
Thank
and
you.
Welcome to our member. I remember you said her name. I wrote it down, but
yes.
I'm going to put it in.
Yeah, new member Joy Langley, and I see that we have Annie here from the UK. Annie's a part of our Power Thinking app community as well, where it is 3 in the morning or so on Thursday. Annie, so we also have Joy Langley, and Annie, you know Joy. She is a new member. So folks who are, if you're on the app, go to, as we're speaking, go to the my chat in the menu, and then go to the Power Thinking group and welcome Joy Langley. We want to do that for new members as they join. So Carla, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate your patience. And no, this wasn't a setup. This wasn't just to kind of demonstrate. Although it may be a nice idea to do that from time to time, but I don't have to. You know why? Because adversities happen, automatically. I don't have to set them up. And you just never know what it's going to be. A few weeks ago, it was something associated with the phone lines, and then there were people who actually, did a detour and found us on LinkedIn or YouTube, and so this is natural. The key with all of this, when we do have technical glitches and challenges in our lives with, colleagues at work, may have a problem with a boss, or you lose a job, or a health issue that you didn't anticipate, and all of a sudden it's there, or a loved one may be experiencing some challenges. I mean, this is what happens. Things that may be happening politically that you may not agree with. This is throughout the world. we have to stay calm. We have to control our emotions, which is our first inner strength of power thinking resilience, staying calm under pressure. I hope I was calm. So maybe you can comment on that. Feel free uh, uh, to let me know whether I was calm or not. Hit that *6 on the phone lines. Comment. I see the comments are coming in on LinkedIn. And um, impulse control, the ability not to say or do the first thing that comes to mind. Now, at some point, as I was experiencing technical difficulties in setting up, were all my fault, um, I was about to give up and just totally focus on our folks on the phone line and just not worry about it. But yes, I kept digging to doing the causal analysis, kept taking action, which is what we're focused on today. Taking action to when you're stressed and when you may be feeling a negative emotion. Um, I stayed calm and I didn't follow that impulse of just saying, okay, forget about trying to stream. Let's just get this show on the road. There's empathy, understanding another person's experiences and emotions. And I know I had these other folks, the folks who were on LinkedIn and probably trying to join and going, what's going on? Why am I not there? So I certainly was thinking about you all, and thank you for your patience. And of course, that self-efficacy, the belief, and this is when you're trying to bounce back and trying to get past an obstacle and past the setback. The self-efficacy is the belief that you have control over your ability to succeed. And I thought, even those times when the thought was, remember, there's 50,000 thoughts a day, the thought was just give up on this and keep moving. I thought, hey, no, wait a minute. There has to be a reason. There's optimism, the view that you're going to have that all things will ultimately have a successful outcome. So in the case of the technical challenges we had, there has to be a successful outcome to this. This has to be a root cause, and that gets to our sixth inner strength, and that's causal analysis. A systematic way of finding the root cause of a situation or problem. And I went through that process, all of that in that maybe 10 minutes or so that you were bearing with me as we were, experiencing this resilience process in real time. And then number 7, reaching out, taking the initiative to connect with others. But in our case, and following the advice of Jeff Bezos in that 1.5-minute video. And by the way, for those who did not get the video, it's titled, How Do You Deal with Stress? By Jeff Bezos. It's a minute 29 seconds. You'll find it on YouTube. Very powerful advice. And he says that, typically when there's stress, it is because we haven't taken action. We get stuck and we wind up doing nothing but worrying and being fearful and so forth. So in our case, we took action, continued to take action until we could find the solution, and we did. So I want to go through some of the comments. Annie Osung, who is one of our partners, we sponsor a few of Annie's events, and he runs our promotions on our about our power thinking app. And by the way, just like anyone else, when you share the link to the Power Thinking app, we have a code that's built into it, a referral code. And the person, when they put that code in, it ensures that you will get 25%, not just $25, and thank you very much, but 25% of the Power Thinking revenue. So that if you've had someone paying $20 a month, you're getting $5. And so, you get 1,000 of those people by, using the platforms and just hitting send and sending the link. That's $5,000 a month that you can make. And so we are very different than any other app where they may say, invite a friend and they'll get 30 days free. Our folks are going to get 30 days free, plus you get paid. No one else would do that because they are actually raising money by, going to venture capital companies, and none of those companies, venture capital, private equity, banks. They're not going to loan money or invest money in companies that are giving away 25% of their revenue to their community. That's what we're doing here with Power Thinking. So, Annie, I'm really happy that you're part of us on the app side. And he says on LinkedIn, always a joy to join your Power Thinking party, Sir Stanley Green. That's what they say in England, right, Andy? I love that, Sir Stanley Green. In Japan, I'm Stanley Greenson, and that's what they'll call me, Greenson. So I just love the fact that we are international, and Andy, I really appreciate you being with us. And I see that Michelle Ramos is here. She said, agreed, Annie. And Michelle, haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for joining us. And would hope that you give our Power Thinking app a try. We're going to get very aggressive in promoting that because it goes beyond, just trying to be another solution for mindset. But this is a revenue generating opportunity for us all, and so we really appreciate you folks for being with us. Leslie Flowers joined us. Oh yes, so Annie says nearly 3 a.m. on Thursday morning in the UK. I see that Leslie Flowers joined us in the morning, and she's joining us here in the evening as well. And Leslie, don't forget to go in and you did. Yes, you did go in to greet Joy Langley, who's our newest member. We're getting the LinkedIn heavy hitters joining us in the Power Thinking family and on the Power Thinking app. And my hope for you is that we can actually help you to generate lots of money. So it's all about taking action, folks. You may be, now that we're just about done with January, you may be a little stressed that perhaps you haven't started on some of your resolutions and some of your goals. But don't stress. Just take action. Get on that treadmill, get on that elliptical, do some push-ups, get out, do some walking if it's all about exercise and other things. So Leslie, thank you for joining. As we wind down and let folks go, I do want to acknowledge some other folks as well. It looks like it's Arlof. And thank you. It looks like first time I'm seeing you. I'm glad to be around. So thank you for being around and thank you for joining us, Arlof. And Annie says that Joy Langley is fantastic. Check out her live and Zoom events. Yeah, and we're going to have Joy on next week, and so that she can talk about the kinds of things that she does in terms of mindset. And Leslie, I'll end with this comment. Says, keep moving your feet. And that's what it's all about, folks. This is not complex, although the material that we share with you was developed by the University of Pennsylvania's Positive Psychology Center. Decades and decades of research, starting in the late 60s with the discovery of learned helplessness. But at the end of the day, with all of the things we talk about with our 7 inner strengths and the 7 skills, the push notifications that we send through the app, the links to videos, it is to keep you moving your feet. So I want to thank you for joining us. And not only did we just talk about taking action, but we demonstrated it in a real time adversity that we were able to overcome and keep everything moving. And I want you to remember one thing. Since we spend all of our time thinking, it's 50,000 thoughts a day, we must think with power and utilize power thinking. So have a great night. I'm going to go back on phone lines and just acknowledge and Sharon and Carla and Claudia. Thank you. Gloria Harrison, good to see you. Layla Llewellyn, thanks for joining us. And Bill Peterson and Greg Jones and Doug Sidoti, Calvin Patterson and others. Thank you all. Have a great night, everybody. We'll talk to you again next week. Really appreciate you being with us. All right. And on our platforms, Annie and Michelle and Leslie and I see Arlevine. That's who it was, Arlevine. Thank you very much for being here and others. We appreciate you, and hopefully we'll see you next week. Make sure you check out that Power Thinking Corp app. As Annie says, thanks and good night. And we say to you in the UK, Annie, good morning. Appreciate you. And Michelle Ramos, hope everyone is doing well. Thank you for the opportunity tonight.